To fundamentals of real estate. So I'm Steve LeDuc. Just a little bit about my background. I've been in lending since 2004. Been in real estate for with Mindy for 9 years. Funny story, she was actually one of my clients that I called on and had a really good rapport with her. And Mindy said, "Hey, go get your license, come join us." So went and got my license in real estate, and here we've been here ever since. So we're this class again. I was designed to be really basic in some cases, but we're going to go through a lot of good stuff. It was everything I wish I knew when I first started in real estate. When I first started, it was just you're an agent, go, and didn't really have any direction or anywhere to go. So this is the way I designed it. Some of it's going to be really basic, but we are going to get into how to work with a buyer from A to Z, how to fill out the forms. We got a lot of new forms that came out recently, so we're going to go through those, and then we're going to how to work with the seller and some of the things that you can do to go on listing presentations and what to talk to people about and how to kickstart your real estate career and have every tool that I could possibly think of to have in your tool belt so you can go out there with confidence and sell real estate. So make some money, right? This is about getting people to where we can make some money. Everybody want to make some money? Yeah. Okay, I put a smile on her face. All right, so we want to get to the point where you guys are proficient. This class is going to be recorded, as I mentioned. So we're going to put it out on YouTube, and we're going to put it out and have the video available. So if you want to go back and look at it, you feel free to. And of course, I'm here pretty much all the time. If you ever have any questions, my office is back in the corner over there, and they put me in the corner to stay out of trouble. But just to let you know, we are Mindy you're in the right place. Mindy has a huge heart and really wants to see you successful. So don't feel like you're out on an island. She's one of the few brokers that train on stuff like this and do this kind of training. So you've made it into the right place. So not many brokers will take their time and really teach you how to do things. So welcome to those of you that are on Zoom. I think we have 2 people out there already. So welcome. If you have any questions, please go ahead and put it in there and I'll try to get to them. If not, we'll get to them at the end. With the class, if we could hold our questions until the end, but go ahead and write them down. So we make sure we get them. We may take them offline, but we'll try to get them in as much as possible. So we want to get through our material and get the information in your hands. Okay. So are you guys ready to begin?
Yes.
All right. So let's go ahead and start ourselves. Okay, so I need to move this out of the way somehow. Okay, so I'm just going to put that over the side. All right, there we go. All right. Fundamentals of real estate. Fundamentals of real estate. Any of you play golf? Anybody play golf? No? Okay, so you could say, what's when you hit the ball and it's going towards somebody, what do you yell? You yell four, right? Fundamentals of real estate, we can call it that. But anyways, the idea is, as a real estate agent, there's a lot of them out there, right? Real estate agents everywhere. What's going to set you apart from every other real estate agent out there? What's going to make you stand out and become their agent of choice? And so one of the things is part of that is having the knowledge to do what you're supposed to do, right? So you can lead people in a positive experience in buying real estate. And that's the main thing. And like I mentioned before, Mindy is huge on getting you well equipped so you can get out there and just do what you're good at and talk to people and sell, right? So creating the ultimate experience for your clients. I like that saying. How many of you are familiar with BMW? Their slogan is the ultimate driving machine. So I happen to drive one, and it lives up to its tagline, right? When you get in it, it's different, it's faster, it handles better, and it also throws in luxury. So it's a complete package, right? Why do people go to buy a car like that? the car of your choice, whether you like Mercedes or whatever it is that you like, right? Why do you buy that? Because it fits who you are, right? Fits who you are. Your dream car. So one of the things we want to do is we want to create an experience because we don't want our transaction, we don't want to be a transactional real estate agent. We want to close transactions, but we don't want just to be just one. We want it to be about a relationship. So that the next time that client wants to buy real estate, who are they thinking about? Are they thinking like about the person on the bus stop, the person that gave them sent a mailer to their house, or are they thinking about you because you did such a great job? Or if one of their family or friends is going to buy or sell a home, who are they referring? Right. And so that's where we want to get to that point. It's not just about this transaction, but it's about lifetime relationships where you're getting multiple transactions because you created that atmosphere. So set yourself apart with the ultimate, providing the ultimate experience. One of the things is buying a home for people that haven't done it before can be a really scary thing, right? So if you take the fear out of it by explaining the process and getting them to the place where they understand what's happening, then you take the fear out of it, right? Fear of the unknown. How many of you have ever experienced that, right? You go somewhere new and it's like you kind of, well, I've never been here before, I've never done this before. So it's a little bit intimidating. But if you take that out with explaining them the process, and we'll give you all that information, it makes their transaction smoother, right? Tell them what to expect, tell them what to do during the process, what not to do, right? So all that. So the first thing we want to do, you've all gotten your license. Congratulations, you passed the test. Good job. Okay. So with the stuff that's on the license, I mentioned it before, you're probably not going to use a lot of that stuff. You may have to refer back to it every once in a while, get a rare case, but most of the stuff is knowing what to do. And that's not what the test goes over, right? They talk about the laws and with different terminology, the acronyms. How many of you are tired of acronyms, right? You have plenty of them. So the first thing we want to do is set yourself, but how do you do that? We got to get to the point where we're talking to clients, we have clients, right? That's our goal, first of all. So you want to define your goals and you want to set a roadmap. So we all have a GPS on our phone. We say, hey, we're going to go to this restaurant. So how do we get there? First of all, we determine where we're going, and then we how do we get there? So we type the address in or type it in, and it tells turn left, turn right, turn left, right? So the goal is there of that restaurant. So we'll just pull a restaurant. Let's say Ruth Chris, right? You like Ruth Chris is a big steakhouse, right? If you like that. So Ruth Chris, how do I get there? Right? I want to go to Ruth Chris. I want to eat steak or whatever it is, right? Whatever your favorite restaurant is. You have to know how to get there. So the goal is getting to that restaurant. The goal is getting you to where you're producing and closing transactions because that's what you want to do. You want to show me the money, right? We're here to make a living. So one of the things is you have to be consistent and creative in what you do. And we're going to talk about those things. So let's go. Setting goals are the first step. Important. I always like to say, how do you know where you're going? How do you know when you arrive? Let me word it a little bit different. If you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you arrive? How many have ever been faced with that dilemma? Let's go get something to eat. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What about you? What do you want to eat? Right? So you're about, if there's a bunch of you, you're like, I don't know. All right. So someone has to step up, let's go here. Okay. So once you decide, you're there. So many people you don't plan to fail, right? Nobody ever says, hey, I wake up this morning, I think I want to fail today. Has anybody ever said that? No. Right? It's just that you fail to plan. So being real estate when you first start and throughout, but is very strategic in what you do and how you get started, right? So the biggest thing is in anything you do, what do you have to build a foundation? You have to build something that you're gonna launch off of, right? So we're gonna, again, we want to have a plan with what we're gonna do. We want to have our real estate career. We create the plan and work it. So you want to set a realistic, attainable, and a written goal. Okay. So what would your starting out, what would be your realistic goal? Would it be to close 30 million in real estate right out of the gate? It's probably unrealistic, right? But if you wanted to close, let's say 5 transactions a year, that might be more realistic, right? Okay. So you have to part of your assignment for this class would be to set a goal. What are you going to achieve? And see, I one of the things that each person needs to get a meeting with Mindy, and she can go over this with you. She's really good at it, and she actually is phenomenal at it, and helping people reach their goals. So, again, take advantage of. I know that she's a very busy woman, but she always has time for people. But she hasn't built this successful business because on accident, right? She's purposeful. She helps people get to where they need to get, and she creates success for people. So take advantage of having her knowledge. One of the things that we did several years ago, I don't know if anybody's been, we did lunch with Mindy, right? On every other Thursday here, because she gives people the opportunity to connect with her. And not many brokers do that, right? So just you can ask questions and just connect with her. Got a huge heart, even though she hates when I say that, but she has a huge heart. She loves people. So again, your goals are a target, right? My target is I'm gonna close, let's say 5 real estate. Well, we're pretty late in the year, so maybe it would be 2. Right, from now until the end of the year, I'm gonna close 2. If you can beat it, great, right?
This one,
Yeah.
we have like 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Until the end of the year, 3 months. Make it at least one.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. At least 10. If you're gonna get 10, right? If you already have a bunch of whatever it is, but make it realistic. 10 may not be realistic if you're not real experienced, because you may want to just close 1 and learn, right? And then you've got it. Then you feel more comfortable and momentum, right? But make it. It can't be too easy either, right? So if you have 4 real estate clients that you already know are going to do business with you, and you put 4 as your goal, you're making it too easy, right? So how many more other people can you reach and touch besides those 4? So you should make it 8. So make it a little. If it's too easy, then you're not going to grow. Okay, so you got to struggle a little bit to grow in anything, right? So it's like when you go to the gym. And you go to the gym at the beginning of the year, right? And your goal is to do something. You go to work out, you want to lose weight, you want to get stronger, whatever it is, right? For me, I'm working out and I have a certain goal, a certain weight that I want to lift, but I didn't go to the gym the first day and was able to lift what I can lift now. It was a process, right? I had to struggle, I had to fight, had to learn something. So daily action leads to long-term results. When you set your goal, it does something to you internally. Okay, it does something to you. So you're like, oh, I have a goal now. I have a target to hit. So it'll motivate you in a sense. The biggest thing I always say, write your goal down. Write your goal down. And put it somewhere where you can see it. On the mirror, something you're looking at every day. My goal is to close 3 real estate deals. If you're trying to lose weight, put something on the refrigerator. Remind you to go. So when you go to the refrigerator, oh, my goal is this. I'm not going to eat that, right? You have to motivate yourself, right? There's plenty of motivation here, but you also have to be self-driven. You have to be motivated. So good goals are good. Daily action. So Mindy is really, really good at getting people an action plan on what to do to get an individualized action plan, right? To get you to where you want to go. Okay. So what is your goal? Your goal is, where are you going? What restaurant are you going to? Right? How many transactions are you going to close? That's our goal, right? Okay. All right. So take daily steps to reach your goal. All right. What your goal is so we pick the restaurant. The GPS says get on the Bolsa and turn right. So that's what you have to do to get to the restaurant, right? So you have to take the steps, right? You have to be in motion. Okay. So it's like when you get in a car, if you don't put it in drive, you can move the steering wheel all you want, but you're not going anywhere. You can push the gas all you want, but unless you put it in drive, you're not going anywhere. So you need to put action behind your goal. Okay. So some of the things that we've talked about is once you have your goal, do things daily. Has to be a daily thing. Has to be a daily thing, right? And some of these things may take you out of your normal comfort zone. We all have our zones, like being right. So if you're when you're trying something new, you tend to be in a place where you're real comfortable. And sometimes you have, in order to be successful, you have to break out of that comfort zone a little bit. Okay. So again, goals should be, you should constantly look at them. And if they are, if you, let's say your goal is to close one real estate deal by the end of the year, and by the end of October, you already closed one. We need to revisit your goal and say, I'm going to close 2 more. Okay. So, or if you say, I'm going to close 10 and you haven't closed any, maybe you want to push that back down. So goals can be adjusted. Okay. All right. So the first thing is and we're gonna talk a little bit more about this, but you develop a list of clients and prospects. How many look at your phone? How many contacts do you have in your phone? Right? How many contacts do you have on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media that you participate in? Those are a great starting point. Great starting. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Oh, here's a tough one. Now, I always challenge our agents, talk to 5 people about real estate. Okay, it's hard to do sometimes, but because people sometimes as people, especially in this, we got our electronics all the time. People are constantly. How many times you go to a restaurant and there's 5 people at a table and they're all looking at their phones instead of talking? All right, so you have to break out of that. Surprisingly, people want to talk to you, believe it or not. But you can't just be you just throw out, hey, I'm a real estate agent, you want to buy something, you want to buy, you have to cultivate a relationship with them, right? So if you're at the store, and I always say use stuff that you relate to. I talk to people about real estate and loans in the gym all the time. I'm in the sun. I'm in the sauna. I'm in the sauna and I'm talking to people about real estate and loans all the time. All the time. People are coming up to me now that I've talked to before. Hey, what's going on with the market right now? So I mean, I've established that, right? So there's other things you can do. And I always talk to, let's say, if you're into sports, or if you're, for you gentlemen, if you what is it that you like to do, right? Whatever it is you like to do, relate with other people. So for example, if you're, you got something attacking me here. If you're, let's say, you're into sports, the Dodgers, you guys probably the Dodgers started the playoffs. See somebody with a Dodger shirt, start talking about the Dodgers or whatever, right? Or for you ladies, if you see someone in the supermarket and they say have a purse on that you really like, hey, that's a really nice purse, and start a conversation, right? Just start a conversation with them, and don't just come up, hey, here's my card, I'm gonna sell you your next house. Yeah. You want to build that relationship, right? So you have to, if you're not comfortable doing that, you need to practice it. You need to practice it. So one of the things that I've been doing recently with Lunch Mini, we talked about having what's called an elevator script. An elevator script, they call it elevator because you usually you have to talk to somebody, you only have a couple floors to talk to them, you don't have a lot of time, right? So one of the things that I ask people, I said, what do you do for a living? And you might say, I'm a realtor. Boring, right? Mm-hmm. So what you want to say is, hey, I assist people live their dream by helping them buy and sell real estate. Doesn't that sound more exciting? Isn't that more engaging? Isn't that going to create a question in their mind? Whoa, this person's like making things happen.
You offer something to help, right, rather than just get the title out.
Right. So if you just throw out, I'm a real estate agent, they've seen 30 real estates in the day, right? They're everywhere. It has to be, you have to set yourself apart, right? You have to make it your own unique way of reaching people. Okay. So you can use the CRM. We'll talk more about that. Spreadsheets to track your progress. Okay. Reach out consistently. Consistency in this business, because you may have to touch somebody in sales. Sometimes you have to touch people up to 8 times before they'll actually do business with you. Right, 8 to 10 times. Some people will touch them 2 to 3 times and give up. 5 times even and they give up. But eventually, you have to look at it this way: your next conversation could be the one that sets your career off. Right? You can meet that one person, you do a transaction with them, they are fantastic. They start referring every family member, every friend, and boom, you have a huge book of business, right? Or they do multiple transactions. So your next conversation could be the one. Your next text, your next email, your next post online could be the one that sets your career in motion, right? So you just have to be diligent about it. It may be not comfortable for you. You may not like. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, but I still post on there sometimes because it's good for business, right? So what's good for your business? You may not like it, you may not be comfortable with it. You have to do it though, right? So reach out consistently. Text. You have how many people? How many contacts do you have in your phone right now? How many contacts? How many? At least 500 more. Yeah. How about you? How many contacts do you have in your phone? You have 1,000. How about you? You have
300.
300. How about you? Okay. So all of you have a database sitting in your hand. Mindy probably has 10,000. So again, you can send. You're brand new in the business, or you've been in business. If you're brand new, all your friends and family, if they don't know your real estate agent, you can, hey, I'm doing real estate now. I'm helping people reach their goals, and you just come up with a 2-line thing and text it to them. Do a blast text. You can do that, right? Everybody likes to text. Everybody knows how to text. All right. Consistency. Send out an email. Hey, how you doing? I'm in real estate now. You know anybody that's looking, or are you look friends? All kinds of things you can do. Okay. This out of the way. Step 1, you got to build your database. Okay, your database. So I would highly suggest that you take your contacts and put them in a spreadsheet. Okay, so it'd be obviously name, first and last, email, phone number, and then because again, this is about building relationships, not about the transaction. All right. How many ever talked to a salesperson and you can tell all they were thinking about is commission? You just tell, right? It's like, oh man, I got to sell this guy. You just like, whoa, right? You don't want to be that. So the put some fields in there. Maybe what their birthday is. Maybe how many kids they have. They have a dog. What do they like to do? Where did you meet them? Right? So maybe on their birthday, you send them a little text. Hey, how you doing? Happy birthday. You're not trying to sell them. You say happy birthday. You're not saying, hey, you want to buy houses? Happy birthday. Have a great day. So when they think about real estate, when you've consistently sent them emails, texts on their birthday, who are they going to call? You, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do. Build your database. So your job right now is your first job right now is you're a database builder. That is your job right now. So build up your database. There's different CRMs, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But Excel. If you don't have Excel, go to Google and get Google Sheets. It's just like Excel. Just build a database. Okay. So that's it'll change over the years, but build one. All right. And maybe 10 people, but you have probably 1,000 contacts, and you should be able to get more than 10 people, right? You have 500. How many do you have in your phone? A lot.
More than 10.
More than 10. Okay. So potential people that could, again, get your family involved. All right. So build your database.
Less important.
Very important. So make a list of potential candidates. Again, I just talked about this: name, phone number, email address, including a section for notes. So you can put in birthday, you can, however you want to build this is yours, right? How you want to reach out to people and how you want to affect people. Family members and friends, business associates. Again, it could be a fancy CRM or it could be just an Excel spreadsheet. I would suggest just do Excel until you get started, and then you can start paying for a CRM later when you're closing 10 deals a month, right? That's our goal. Everybody's gonna close 10. Yeah, come on. All right. Yeah, maintain your list, should be updated. Don't be lazy about your list, right? Even when you do get busy doing real estate, don't make the mistake of being lazy about your list. Right? Because, oh, I'm doing all this business now. I don't need to keep updating my, no, you need to keep going, right? Your goal. What's your goal? Yeah. Okay. So add, look at this, add to your list every day. Ooh, that's a challenging one right there, to add to your list every day. So are you, we talked about talk to 5 people. Go to a coffee shop. There's lots of coffee shops around here. Go to the grocery, when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the dentist, when you go to the doctor, you're sitting in the waiting room. Are you just busy on your phone, or is there a person sitting next, when you're on an airplane, somebody sitting next to you? There's opportunities everywhere. Coffee shops. You obviously both like coffee. Start talking about coffee. All right. Hey, what's your name? Okay, cool. Yeah. Interact with people. Be a people person.
There are books out there called How to Win Friends.
And influence people, yeah. Yeah. How to win friends. Yeah. Again, we're just talking about I'm talking about really basic stuff. You have to, we'll talk more about your brand and how you build more. I can't go into a ton of like give you, this is about what you are comfortable with to start. And then I'm trying to give you ideas on just to push you a little bit and how you can develop. And we'll talk more about that. So again, let people know you're doing real estate. If people don't know, how are they going to approach you with business? You don't ever want someone that like, hey, it's like your cousin has just sold a house. You're like, hey, how come you didn't hit me up? I didn't know you're a real estate agent. Right? You didn't see my Facebook? Maybe not, right? So make sure that you're reaching out to them. Leads. Okay, so your database becomes your leads, right? So you're asking for referrals from everybody. Hey, if you know anybody that's wanting to buy a house or sell a house, tell them to hit me up. Tell them to call me. Family members. Most of your family members should love you and want to refer you, right? Because they trust you and they know you, so it's their best. Okay, leads turn into prospects. When you start talking to people and about real estate, and you're talking about their house, you're talking about them buying a house, that's a prospect, right? So then you move them into customer mode, right? It goes down the funnel, right? And that how everybody like that? Can everybody see that at the bottom there? Everybody like that? The dollar sign? Some of you are happy, some of you are smiling. Okay, I got everybody smiling. Finally. Good. Mindy, can I get a smile? Okay. You have to become a marketing expert. Okay. So because you are an independent contractor, there is no marketing team, multi-million-dollar marketing team to market for you. You have to do it on your own, right? This is your business. This is your business. You're self-employed. So you have to become a marketing machine. And we're talking about just different ways already. We've talked about email, text. You have to brand yourself. Brand yourself. So if I say the name Kobe, how many of you know who I'm talking about? Right. You know who I'm talking about? Kobe. If I say Kobe Bryant, right? Basketball player for the Lakers. Passed away a few years ago, right? One word, right? Okay, so let's try another one. How about Beyonce? Right? Beyonce's a singer. So I don't know any Vietnamese singers. I would, but so they branded themselves with he just used his name, right? So it's a recognizable brand. If I say Michael Jordan, you're thinking about the shoes. You're thinking about the Air Force, right? You're thinking about. If I say Chanel, okay, am I tracking with you, ladies? Now, if I say Chanel, y'all know what Chanel is, right? What is Chanel? The perfumes, purses, clothes, right? Everything, jewelry. If I say Chanel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They branded themselves so that it's recognizable. So you have to brand yourself as a real estate agent. How I like this question, how will you sell you? Because you're first and foremost, you have to get people to trust you to help them through a huge financial transaction, right? So you have to build that rapport and trust. How will you brand yourself? And you could specialize in certain things in the real estate agent. Like some people just, and I don't recommend this, but you just work with buyers. That's all you're gonna do. You're the buyer's agent, right? I don't suggest that because you're limiting yourself. I want to work with sellers, right? But people do that, or people have a certain niche thing. Some people, we got one agent in our office that all she does is mobile homes. She's really good at it and closes a lot of them. You know, she's got it just down. Again, it's up to you. I personally not a big fan of doing mobile homes just because it's not as much money, right? So,
It's not that.
right. But if it's, you know, it's something that you want to do, so that's what you want to do, right? So there's different, I would say do them if you get them. I mean, again, but don't make that your focus, is what I'm saying. Build something that's consistent and recognizable, right? So if I say Lee's sandwiches, you know exactly what that is, right? You know, you can get coffee and a sandwich for the most part, right? And maybe some, what do they call those little cookies, macaroons? But it's a brand that they built that people recognize for doing a certain thing, right? So your brand, you have to build who you are. And this probably won't happen overnight. It's something you have to work on, something you have to think about. It's not something that you can just no.
Did you pack? No. That's locked.
So
Office is locked. Oh.
So you have to build a brand, right? A brand that your friends and family will recognize, right? And that's we have one person in our office. Her tagline is I'm the real estate with a heart and a hat. She's always wearing a hat. Not what I'm suggesting. That's her thing, right? May not be for you, right? But just to throw things out, you have to create a brand for yourself. So, has to fit your personality and your character, right? Has to be. This is about you and how you're gonna affect and relate to people, right? How you relate to people. And again, like I just said, this could take some time to get you to the place where you're developing your niche and what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. But again, the biggest thing is get started by building your database. Right? Branding could come later. Okay. You are a brand name. You know that, did you? Okay. So how will you define it is important. And this may change and evolve as you go along. So you have to get started. The point is get started, but this good. So what are you most knowledgeable and passionate about? Or does that relate? What tone of voice do you use when you talk to people? I remember I had someone come to me and say, why are you always so upset? So what do you mean? I'm never upset. It's because the way you talk to people. I had to change the way I talk to people, right? Had to be different. So the way you talk to people is important. Your tone and the way I know it's a little bit different in Vietnamese when you're speaking Vietnamese, but I'm sure that there's certain ways of talking that are offensive to people, maybe, right? So I know in English there is. So you just have to make sure that you're using the proper tone with people. How will you communicate to your message, who you are and what you're doing to your audience? Will it be primarily Facebook? You have to try a lot of different things because some things will work for you and some things won't. So what works for me, it's not gonna work for you, right? Because we're different people. Doesn't mean you're not a good agent. It's just you're different, right? So who you are and what is your position in the industry, right? Who you are is important. Dude, your character and how the way you do things is very important. Right? Again, your values come through. Again, who do you want? What kind of client do you want? You may want to just go for the $5 million homes in Laguna Niguel, right? That may be which who knows? I would suggest not limiting yourself, and you take every transaction you can get at this point because you're starting out. But who knows? It may evolve into that, right? Where you like those ones overlooking the ocean and yeah. So, but you'd have to build a clientele that is wanting to buy those type of homes, right? So it's a different clientele. So what do you want to achieve with your brand? Yeah. How much time do we have? Okay. All right. Like I'm talking about before, again, real estate is about building relationships. I can tell you that Mindy, who's very successful, right, has had clients that she closed transactions for years ago, 10 years ago. They're still calling her, right? Because she created
23 years ago.
23 years ago.
My
I did-
first client I'm still helping the family.
Yeah, I think I know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her kids, have friends that do real estate.
Yes.
And the kids want to work with their friends and say, oh, but no.
Yeah.
You have to come here and work with me.
Yeah. Yeah. And so all the people that have been in this office and gone out of this office, she's been consistent. Okay, because people come and go, but the consistency built 23 years. And I've actually worked with them as well because I helped them on the loan side. I helped build that for her, right? So one of the things is be a relationship person. I see so many agents, it's just about that transaction. I got to close that so I can get that $15,000 check. Right? At the end of the day, it's about us making money, right? We all know that. This is what we're doing to make a living. But if people will sense if you're just seeing a dollar sign on their forehead, it's just the way it is. I stopped thinking about my commission during a transaction. People ask how much you're gonna make. I don't know. I haven't even thought about it. I'm busy closing. I want to get them to their goal. So I have an idea, of course, but I don't actively think about it because that's my mindset. I'm trying to close this transaction, make this a transaction that's going to be awesome where people say, you know what? That was awesome. That was great. Will you give me a testimony? Will you do a little video? Will you write something down, right? And people say, yeah. And people actually thank you because sometimes this is a thankless job, right? But actually people thank you that you made this transaction great. Right? You made it smooth, you communicated, you made sure, and we got it done. At the end of the day is you want to get your transaction done. Right? Don't want it to fall apart. We never want transactions to fall apart, right, Mindy? We always want them to close. Connect to people. All right. So you've all heard about the degrees of separation. Right? You could be your 500 contacts on your phone. If they all introduced you to one of their friends, it's multiplying, right? Kind of LinkedIn uses that you have first and second and third degree of relationships. So exponentially you could reach more people if people are talking good about you, right? Hey, how many of you been to a coffee shop that you love and you say, you gotta go try that coffee. That's amazing, right? The person that owns it doesn't know you're doing that, but you're basically advertising for them.
We all do it every day.
So if you're gonna buy a house, you gotta go to HPT. Awesome. That was a great experience. So you give people advertising for you without you even knowing it. Right? Same thing in life, coffee, shoes, whatever it is, right? Relationships. What do you do every day on a daily basis that you're around people and you're not talking to them because you're busy on your phone. You have opportunities all around you. Are you taking advantage of? Are you building relationships? Saying hi to somebody shouldn't be hard.
I'm shy, I don't do that. That's
You're
the
gonna have to
problem.
though. You're gonna have to. You know what? Stop saying that you're shy. And you need to start because of your goal. I can talk to people. Because your words will determine your world. Did you know that? The things that come out of your mouth will determine how your world goes. So positive things come out of your mouth, you're gonna get positive things around you. You're always speaking negative things, especially about yourself. Because you say that about yourself, you're gonna believe yourself. And that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be shocked. But you say, you know what, I can do this. It's hard, but I can do it. You're creating a positive atmosphere. See, what are people drawn to negativity? No, right? They're not. People are drawn to positivity. Like, isn't it? Have you ever been around someone that's really, really negative all day and you feel drained by the time you're done talking to them? You don't want to be like that. You want to be a positive person because the positive energy comes back to you, right? So pretty important. Relationship, people, if you're positive, people will just be drawn to you automatically. Right? I got people coming up to me all the time. I'm just, I don't even realize it, but I'm talking to people in restaurants. People are coming up and talking to me. Well, because I'm just being positive, right? So, how will you make connections? Connecting to people, right? There's so many things you can connect on. Can you tell somebody, hey, I really like your shoes? Do you think you can do that? Say, how hard is that? Tell them you like his shoes. Go
Try that.
ahead and tell them that you like his shoes. Let's practice. See? That wasn't so hard.
What do you get now?
It's
Right.
easier for ladies.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We're guys probably not gonna ask about the shoes or the dress. It's, as I say, sports, golf, whatever you're into, whatever you know, pickleball, however you use your activities as an opportunity to talk to the people around you.
They had sometimes.
You know, sometimes I go for a walk and I'm walking down the street and people have their head down and I say hello to them. They're like, what just happened? Somebody's actually talking to me. What? It shocks people, but people actually want to talk to you, believe it or not. People hide behind their phones, but they actually want to talk to you. So be surprised, unless they're just really grumpy and you're going to have those too, right? So, but for the most part, people want to talk to you. Develop a targeted marketing plan. Marketing plan. Guess who's really good at marketing plans?
Me.
Mindy, yes. Yes. Right, Mindy? Let's see. She's focused, right? Really, really important to have a plan in your marketing. Don't just throw everything up against the wall, see what sticks. Have a plan, right? Have something that you can do, something that you can measure, right? So if I post, and what I mean by that is if you post on Facebook every day for 3 weeks, how many phone calls did you get, or how many responses did you get? I didn't get any. Okay. So let's change our post. Okay. To do something different, say something different, change the format, change the pictures, whatever. Try something different, right? If it's not working, try something different. Doing stuff on social media for the most part is free. Do it yourself, right? So you can change things up. Talking to people. You know what? The more you do it, the better you get at it. Believe it or not, the more comfortable you become. Just relating to people. Make it my goal. I wake up this morning. Do I ever say, hey, I don't like people and I'm gonna have a crummy day? Do you ever say that to yourself? No, of course not. You wake up, today's gonna be a great day. I'm gonna talk to 5 people, and today I'm gonna talk to that person who's gonna bring me lots of business. Right? I'm being positive. I'm according to my goal. I'm seeing my goal right on my bathroom mirror, on the refrigerator, whatever it is. I got it written down somewhere where I'm looking at it. Oh yeah, my goal is to close 3. What are we gonna do to get there? What's the plan today? What am I doing? All right. So, strategy, advertising, marketing, branding, internet, product, research. It's good that you're in this class. You should be an expert in your field of real estate. So if you pick an area that you want to work, you should know all about that area. I want to work Fountain Valley. Great. You should know about all the schools, know about what's available for entertainment. You should know about where the stores are. You become familiar with it. Okay. So you're becoming an expert. All right. Develop a target plan, adapt and change based on results. Right. So if you run an ad in the Vietnamese newspaper saying, hey, I will free evaluation of your home. Thinking about selling, call me. Bunch of people call you? Great. That worked, right? 30 people call you from that ad. Awesome. Keep doing that ad, right? Nobody calls. Change the wording in your ad. Change it up a little bit, right? How does that resonate with all of you? So we've got to make it. You have to be adaptable. Don't get stuck in a rut and just do the same thing over and over again, right? What did Einstein say? How many knows that quote? You doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results is the definition of crazy, right? So if you have to experiment, this is a little bit of experimentation, right? See what works, be consistent, be doing it. Don't become frustrated because something doesn't work. Just say, forget it, doesn't work. And change it up a little bit, do something different. All right. I talked about this before. You can't just put all your eggs in one basket, as they say, right? You have to do a bunch of different things. Right? Social media. Maybe you want to get on radio. Maybe it's going to cost you something, right, to get on radio. So maybe you close a few transactions before you do that, or maybe not. TV, email, direct mail. Still, people send out direct mail, right? Our title company can help you with that. Oh, right. Paid searches, websites, catalogs. I don't think people use catalogs too much anymore, but right? Physical location. You're talking to people. You're going out and talking to people all the time, wherever you are. Your mindset is, I need to talk to people about real estate. I got my card. I'm gonna hand them my card. I'm gonna start a relationship. Whatever it is. Okay. Developing a multi-pronged approach. All right. Because you have to see what works for you too, right? You could go on social media and just crush it. You could just get tons of business. You could just get business and get deal after deal after deal. That's great, right? Or you may get some from email, you may get some from text, you may get some, whatever's going to generate and make your phone ring. That's our goal, right? Okay. This is a little bit dated, but look at how many different, and this is probably 6 to 7 months old. There's probably a bunch more, but look at all the different websites you can go on and touch people. Do any of you like to make videos? No, anybody? How many of you use TikTok?
No.
You use TikTok? How about you?
The YouTube. I do
YouTube?
Yeah.
How about you? Okay. So you feel uncomfortable doing that, right? So maybe you can create something and just do a simple video, right? And try it. Just practice and practice and practice until you feel comfortable. Just pick one thing and just put it out there. How about you use any of the videos sites? No?
I don't want to scare people.
Okay.
I should.
So Mindy and I recently have been doing a lot of videos. So how about you use do you use TikTok or YouTube? YouTube? Okay. Have you made any videos? The small ones? Okay. So maybe you can do something, like I said, outside of your comfort zone, which you're comfortable with. And here's the thing, is the beautiful thing. How many of you have ever used Chat GPT? Okay. If you don't have that, download it.
Yeah.
Okay. Write me a script for a real estate video for reaching clients for single family homes in Westminster. And it'll write it for you. Okay, so it's free. I highly recommend. I use it all the time. Highly recommend that you download that and utilize that for your marketing. Yeah, I had ChatGPT write me an ad for a LinkedIn ad I did. It was fantastic. Saved me a lot of time. So, plus you can alter it. So utilize that. So get out there, do things that you're not comfortable with. Use the technology that's out there. You can use the ChatGPT just to help you write stuff if you're not good at that. They even have there's a lot more we could talk about, but look at all the different avenues just online, and this is kind of an old list. I'm sure there's probably 100 more that have popped up since I downloaded this. Maybe some of them don't exist, but look at all this stuff. Put ads on, you can put ads on Facebook, LinkedIn. You can put it on Instagram. You can do all kinds of things. You make videos for TikTok, YouTube. You can go Craigslist if you want to, all right? Anything, just you get your name out there. See what happens. All right. Okay. How many have ever done a blog? Anybody done a blog in here besides Mindy? So Mindy and I have been doing a lot of videos lately. Now we're getting more into the videos, doing videos. So we're getting better at it.
Was Michael the one?
Yeah. Michael's one that recording for it. But yeah, so we're getting better and better at it. So as we get things, this is gonna be on YouTube. So again, okay, other stuff. Print, you can mail postcards. We have you can come to lunch with Mindy on Thursday. You can meet our title rep. They'll help you put together a flyer. They'll create it for you. You just got to give them the content. The door hangers, postcards. Yeah, he comes every time he sponsors our drinks. So come and meet him. If you don't know him already, again, mail postcards. Postcards are a little more challenging because you are not seeing necessarily instant direct contact back. But if you pick an area and you keep mailing there, eventually you're going to get something, right? Right, some response. Even if you take me off your mailing list, at least you know you're getting some kind of response, right? Again, we talked about newspapers, ads, TV, right? Maybe later on after close a few transactions. I know Mindy's done quite a bit of radio, a lot of advertising on TV as well. So you can buy leads. Buying leads are really, really tricky. These sometimes you have to be careful with them and do your research with them, because sometimes they're selling the same lead to 30 other agents, and by the time you jump on the phone and call that person, they say, "You're the 50th person that's called me. Don't ever call me again." Click. Right? So you have to be careful with those. Oh, here's a good one. Starting out, holding open houses for agents, right? Holding open houses for agents. You want to. We have plenty of listings here in our office, and you can host open houses. So anybody that comes to that open house, guess what? That's your client, right? So if you go with somebody else and you share, what we typically do is let's say you partner on an open house, it's 50-50, right? If that person buys the house, fair, right? So that's a good way to get clients and meet people and talk to people. And you get used to get used to, showing people houses and explaining a house and talking to people about houses. Good way to get going. I've done plenty of open houses. Did one last weekend. So okay, farm area. A farm area is where you pick a certain area. Let's say I'm going to work in Westminster. Okay, so that's your farm. You pick a certain neighborhood, and that's where you're going to market. All right, you're going to send postcards over there. You may want to go knock on doors, which if you're really bold, you want to do it. So if you want to knock on doors, here's one of the things I want to caution the ladies. You're going to knock on doors. Make sure you try to partner with somebody, just for your safety, right?
Don't go in the house.
Well, I mean, you do want to go in, but for your safety, you use your discretion. If you see someone seems really weird and just kind of back away, but for your safety, if you can get someone to partner with you,
Some comments.
that'd be a good, use common sense. But yeah, see if you can find a partner to get that, to do that. So again, that's, some people in our office do that quite a bit. Some people have had great success with it. Again, it's just a matter of people getting used to you and seeing your face a lot and seeing your postcard. One of the things that you could be creative with your postcards. One of the things, if let's say, I'm just gonna throw out examples, you can do whatever. It's springtime. What's everybody doing in the spring? They're planting plants, right? So send them some seeds. Because they probably receive 12 real estate cards. How does yours stand out? Because you got something unique on it, right? You got a seed packet. Oh, let's just put this on the refrigerator. I'll put it on the refrigerator instead of throwing it away.
Yeah.
Calendars. A lot of people do calendars, right? So you have to be creative because people have done that before. So think about the things that come to your house. Real estate advertisements, look at those and see what people are doing. And then see if you can be more creative and do something different than they're doing. All right. One of the things that I tried one time and I'm gonna try it again is I partnered with some local businesses and told them, hey, I'll put you on my card for free. Just give me your logo and your business and offer a discount. So they we tried the optometrist, say a 10% discount, another store. So they offered a discount. Because when people move into an area, they need to know where the dentist is, they know where the doctor is, where everything is, right? So that's something else you could try. Attend networking events. We have the queen of networking that we work for, Mindy. She has plenty of opportunities. She's got mainly two organizations that she is involved with, ARIA and VNARC. Okay, those are networking and plenty of other things that we do, events. Okay, ask people for referrals. Don't be afraid to ask people, especially your family. Right?
Have you the most likes?
I do have a couple on. Or one, just one. But I have another one. Okay. So again, in conclusion, I think we're close to being, be creative, have fun. This shouldn't be something that's like, oh man, I gotta have fun, be creative, right? Use ChatGPT if you're not, to get you started. Because once you start doing stuff a bunch, then you get used to doing it and it becomes habit. Don't be afraid to try different ideas. Just don't get weird, but make sure that they're legit until you find out where it works best for you. Again, some facets, some arms of your marketing will generate more than others. Track it, make sure you track it to see where you're getting results and utilize that one more. And ask other agents what they do. We have lunch with Mindy every other Thursday. We have a bunch of agents that are experienced and doing business. Pull on one of the people that have been doing it for a long time and say, hey, what do you do that's effective? Ask Mindy. You got Mindy, right? So ask. Don't be afraid to ask. That's what we're here for. That's why Mindy does this training. So what we're going to do is we've got a few minutes left. So Mindy's going to come and share some nuggets with you here. So
I believe I gave this out to all of
you
you.
have to stand.
Sure.
Please.
Hi, everybody. So I believe I give this out to everybody. Raise your hand if you don't have it. Yes. I don't know if I have onboarding book. Someone was signing? Yes. See, everybody has it. I'll give to you later. So this book is important. The reason I make this book is for you to follow it. So because you are new, let me ask you. The initial step, have you complete the initial step? First thing is getting the photo. Let me know that you don't have see. First step, photo. This is very basic. I know you have that done already, right? Yeah. So first step is getting your photo.
Selfie or fresh?
You pass out the book for everybody. Just for you to to look at right now, but go home and get your book and follow. The first step is getting a photo, beautiful photo taken. And then after that is create a good email. So, Joseph, you have a very cool email, but my recommendation is, to be different. Mostly branding your name. Yeah. For example, what's your name, Dave? Melinda. Go. Melinda Phạm Nguyễn. What's your last name?
Oh, ciao.
So Melinda Zhao, realtor at gmail.com. So I recommend that just Gmail. Gmail is very popular. You can use all kinds of applications with Gmail. So use Gmail, branding your name. If you said it's too long, just Melinda Melinda Zhao at gmail.com. If somebody get it already, just Melinda Zhao, realtor at gmail.com. Or Melinda Sales Home at gmail.com. Whatever. But branding your name, very important. So whenever the people write down your email, that is your name. They memorize your name. The best thing is your name. And attach the realtor or something, or sales or finance or whatever. So very important to get the right email. So mine is just Mindy Hunter at Gmail. That's my name. Your name is your brand. Right? So that's very important. You think it's small, but it's important. So I want to point out those important things that for you to follow. So email, photo.
Mindy, would you recommend that even if they have an email address already, they should do one specifically for real estate, right?
Yes, because the one you have, use it for personal, but this is for the career. You put on your business card. So we want the right email. You don't want, Caitlin beautiful at gmail.com. Or, puppy or something. No, that's personal. You gotta have your brand name. Yeah. What Gmail is popular. And then if you have budget, but I recommend to create a website because your website is your home. People, where do they find them? melindachow.com. That's your home, your website, your home. Website, just your name and .com. That's it. Easy. Yeah. So you can just type up on Google and put my name. Just type Mindy Lung and it will pop up so many things. Yeah. Because I put hptrealty.com is my home. So you put hpt.com is my home. But before I have HPT, I use mindylung.com. That's my home. People find me, they go to my website. So if you go website, it is important for people to look for you. And then order business card. See, once you have the photo, you have the right email, you have your phone, you have your website, beautiful business card. Because you need to hand out business card. But nowadays we use e-card, right? E-card is
Link.
Yeah, e-card is important because I hate to bring the card with me. I don't want to carry things. So when people ask for my business card, I show them link. The red thing over here, download link is free. So click on link.
BLINQ.
Click on link. It has all your information here. Your photo, your picture, your logo, your name, phone, email, website, everything. Everything that you put in here is your business card. And they create the QR code for you. So you just give it to the client. They scan the QR code. They have everything. Yeah. So this is your e-card. Yes, the one that
I use it all the time.
make sure you make this. But before you get into this, make sure you got your phone. So from top to bottom. Okay. So business card, e-card, and then order signs. Sooner or later, you will do open house. You will list the property. That's why order signs is important. And I gave the information in here for you to order. Where to order? They have everything, design and logo. All you need to do is your photo, your phone, and they will design sign for you. Yeah, you can then you can to the open house, right? If we have no sign, you should order the sign so people know that you're the business and they call you. Yeah, those tools are told for you to do the printing for yourself.
These signs at the necklace.
Yeah, they're right here in Orange. And then attending HPT weekly training, attend Thursday lunch and learn. This is the training that you're attending, which is good. And then Thursday lunch and learn. So those are things that unique culture that we have here. privilege for you to come and learn and share network with everybody. Yeah, so I want. Okay, hold on. So done with the initial step. Make sure you go home. If you don't do anything yet, please do. Because you say, oh, I'm a realtor. Oh, I can help you, blah, blah. Where's your business? Oh, you don't even have it. You need to have it, please. Okay, at least that thing. And then next page is sign up with a realtor board. And I highly recommend to sign up with OCAR. OCAR is our office first choice. You have options to, sign up with many others too, like PWR, like San Diego, like, LA. But yeah, they sign up with OCAR closer to us and they're very helpful.
Okay.
Orange County. Realtor.
Yeah, it's right here in Fountain Valley, so it's close. I highly recommend you use them.
So when you just met me, I have the form for you to sign up, but if you me to remind, reach out to me and then I'll help you because I need to sign the form too for them to, to sign you up. Okay. Trường hợp của chị đó, you already signed up, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Then you should follow their instruction. There is an ethics class. There is, some class that they need you to do online. Yeah, follow that and in there in the website they have scheduled free training almost every week. Yeah, free training either online or on site. On site there is a place in Fountain Valley and there's another place in Hill, Laguna Hill. Yeah, but that office is under construction right now, so all right now focus on Fountain Valley, but they have online class too. So you can learn free training over there and training over here too. We have Steve, you have me, you have the the office meeting every other Thursday. And this class is built for you, for the new people to get on your feet.
So we're up over an hour. Can we save this? Production.
Yes. Yeah, so the initial is important. That's why I wanna
Sure.
bring it back so you can focus. So next class, I wanna see your business. Can I?
Yeah.
Make sure next class, I wanna see your business. I know you have it. Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so
Everybody-
next class, I wanna see your business card. Print. Oh, yeah.
Everybody download Link.
Oh, yes.
ELINQ.
See, she did it. This is her business. There are so many design downstairs. You can collect some. If you like any kind, you can just ask them to make the same thing for you.
The super key, you can.
Yes, the one you sign up with Orange County Board,
You
you have
remember?
3 things. Number 1 is CRMLS. What is CRMLS for? CRMLS for you to search properties to list property, right? And then number 2 is Zip Form Plus. They gave you access for you to go into to write all the contracts, follow all the contracts. So Zip Form Plus. And then number 3 is Super Key, so that you can. The old one no longer works. So what Super Key right now is the app on your phone. So you can download the app and then you have the login and password. So you can, whenever you go see a super box, you can just use your app and open it from your phone. And then we will open the door, or open the box for you to make a key.
That's an additional fee, right?
Yes.
Yeah, $15, $16.
I have the new one, like 6 years ago. I wanted to.
Okay. It has to be an app.
Bluetooth. Oh, you're talking about the actual
Yeah, the.
Supra? It should still work.
Because I
But you
have,
have to bring to the board.
Yeah, you have to bring to the board back.
Activate the
Yep.
box, yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So, wow,
Yeah.
for training,
So we'll go over more of all of what we need next week.
how's it today?
good,
How you feel today?
Good.
Yeah.
So I want you to come here and meet people and get motivation and
Refresh.
yeah, and learn from each other, learn from us over here because we're here, coming here every day, half of our time the day is here. We just come home and rest. Yeah, so all our energy is here. Just come here and take some from us.
Yeah. So one of the things was next week, we'll talk about tools that you're gonna need more. She started to talk about more about the tools, and then the following week we'll get into working with buyers. So thank you for attending.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to giving you all the tools you need to be successful in this business. I should step into the camera, right? We're looking forward to helping you. And so again, all of you guys are gonna be successful, so I'll
Okay,
just say it.
homework is show me your business card. If you have a website, perfect, if you can do it next time. Show me your business card and then, what else?
You gotta create an email, get the business started at first.
Get the right email. And then sign up with the board, if you're not, you should.
Don't waste your time.
And the other thing is to start your database,
Yeah,
start working on
work
your
on
database.
your database.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.